coming through a back door? Just so. It's okay.
I'd just be weird if I sit.
Go ahead.
On the table, yeah. What do you want? Hey, okay.
The truth is I'm here to moderate them and not y'all, so bear with us.
Testing. Okay.
All right, hello, momocon23. How are you guys? Woo! Everyone enjoying the first day of the con so far? Yeah. Okay, awesome. So, if you stayed up till 2 a.m. mindlessly swiping on TikTok or browsing YouTube, you've most definitely seen a lot of content surrounding anime since the height of pandemic of 2020. Ooh, pandemic of 2020. Ew. Whether it's with a major swag smolder face, drinking different milks in Sanji's kitchen. Yeah!
I'm really sorry.
Making Naruto and Sasuke have a fan fiction ending. Or killing Anya with some sort of sports ball. This creator has never failed to make his followers laugh. So he began his journey on TikTok back in 2020, obtained 1 million followers by June of 2021, and has right now amassed over 19 million followers on TikTok. So please join me in welcoming our sussy baka, kingchris.
Hi, everybody.
And his friends. If everyone could please introduce themselves, that'd be great.
Why don't you go first?
Hi, I'm not anybody that belongs up here, but I kind of mom these kids, and I help get them to conventions here on the East Coast for the most part, but we're going to talk about a few maybe in the Midwest and West Coast too soon. So if you travel out that way for conventions, and they're all a pain in my butt, so, but I love them. And my name's Tina.
Thank you, Tina.
Yeah, I think Tay already said way too much about me, so I'm just Chris. I'm gonna leave it at that.
I'm Jose, but Brown Bakugo. Yeah, I also do TikToks, and I've been in a couple of them with Chris, and it's always a lot of fun. But yeah, really happy to be here.
Hi, I'm Karina. I go under Kawiwi, and I usually do videos with Jose and Chris as well.
Yay! I love getting more people on my panel.
You had the chance to say it there, yeah.
Oh my gosh. So I gotta prepare like broader questions for you guys because I was only prepared for Chris up here, but I am up to the challenge. So Chris, Otakon 2022 was your very first convention ever, as well as your first trip to America. And now you've had a couple of cons under your belt. I think this is your 4th con?
How do you know so much about me?
They hired me to stalk people. This is why I'm up here. So how have you been liking America so far, and are there any places you are looking forward to visiting?
How I like it in America?
Yeah.
I love it. Well, okay, so my mom's from America, so it's not like I haven't been here before. Her family lives on the West Coast, so I've been mostly on the West Coast whenever I visited when I was younger. So I'm not like unfamiliar with everything here, but in terms of conventions, you're right, my first one was Otakon 2021. Is that correct? 22? Okay, and then ever since I've been here like a couple of times, and every time it's a blast. I love meeting people. I'm always really flattered when I guess I get recognized, or when I hear people tell me how much they like watching me drink milk. It's always like very surprising to me, but no, I really appreciate it, and it's my first time here at momocon in Atlanta. I've heard a lot of great things about this convention, so I really wanted to come here, and I'm looking forward to spending the weekend with you.
Awesome. Yeah, it's a pretty big con. I love it so much. Also, A-Town is the best, just saying, as one that's from here. So, if you look at your content from like the very beginning to now, it has an arc of development. And how would you say your content has evolved from your first social media post to now?
I mean, I can pretty much sum it up in one word, and that's milk. Other than drinking milk, I try to always come up with new stuff. I think the biggest challenge for people in any creative field, and I think Jose and Karina can share that experience, is coming up with new ideas. Like the execution part is pretty straightforward. Whenever I have a video idea, I can pretty much turn it around in like one day. But like coming up with an idea is the most challenging part. And I always admire people who are like free-spirited and cannot just come up with ideas on the spot. Jose laughs at like everything pretty much, so I really admire that, because it's so difficult for me sometimes to come up with stuff that I feel like other people would find funny, if that makes sense. So yeah, ever since I started, I've been trying to implement more of me, because something I really wanted to avoid is just when I started like becoming just one thing, if that makes sense. Because I see a lot of people on social media who grow by doing like a certain trend or like a specific like gag or whatever, and then it's really hard for them to transition from whatever got them to this point to then just more. Like a lot of them just flame out over time. So I've been always really wary of that and trying to just, in my mind, I thought if people follow me for me instead of like a thing, then it will be a lot more long lasting, and that's why I started talking a lot more in my videos or just being myself. So I guess in that way my content has really changed. But other than that, I really like to collaborate with other people too, whenever I get the chance. I don't always do, because I live in Germany and not many other content creators live where I live, so it's sometimes tough. But whenever I do get out here, I do my best to make videos with other people. For example, these two. I don't know if like, have you ever seen like our videos together? They're so funny. Like it's always so much more fun for me to work with other people. So I think those are like the ways it's changed since 2020.
That's awesome. Well, how do you guys feel about making content with this guy?
Be honest.
No, I mean, it's, was it the first? No, it wasn't the first time, but when we drove up to LA to do videos.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sorry, 25 behind. I thought I was loud enough.
There are microphones, yes.
No,
You're definitely loud enough, it's fine.
Oh, I like your Minetta hat, by the way. I've been wanting to say that to me. Can I have it? No, just kidding. But it might be a use for it, yeah. But no, ever since we drove up to LA to do videos with Chris, I think we were like, that's the first time we've done like, it felt like an actual, it didn't feel like a job, but we were actually doing like a 9 to 5. We showed up at 9 in the morning and shot all the way to like, we shot till like 2, then we got lunch break, then we went back, and then we shot more stuff, and it felt like it flew by. It was like 2 hours, but we were there for like half a day just shooting. It went on till night, and then we went to like Target. Oh no, even in Target we shot stuff there.
Yeah, we shot forever.
Yeah, he stole the milk. And then,
For video.
That's not what we told him though. But yeah, it was so fun. Just time flies, and that's one of the best things about this is like kind of being able to call this your work, you know, but just going out there and shooting stuff, and it's fun to do that with your close friends. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
It's fun. No, yeah, I mean, I would do videos not like skit-wise or whatever, but I started doing it with him, and then slowly like I started keeping it to like Chris's as well. So like when he came down to LA, it was really fun to have that experience of like, oh yeah, we're gonna shoot from like where we have these ideas. Didn't expect the entire day to film, but you know, first for everything, it was fun. So.
These two sometimes just send me messages on Instagram telling me to send them random voice notes, and they never tell me what it's for. It's like, what was the last one you asked me? It's like,
why does it look like that?
yeah, so he will send me like random like prompts, and then I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. And then they never even tell me what they use it for. And then like a week later, I'll see like a video that has blown up on TikTok from them, and it's like at a random point, like my voice comes in. Very often in the comments, I can see people like, wait, was that just Chris? Because they don't even like, they don't say anything. They don't say it's me.
Tag you.
Okay,
I
yeah.
tried it.
Surprise.
Yeah. Surprises. Yeah.
But it's really funny.
Surprise.
Just like, do it. It'll be funny.
So with your content, you've gained over 19 million followers within a span of about 3 years, and that's quite an accomplishment, and it's not easy, especially on TikTok. So what do you think is the main factor for gaining followers consistently and then keeping them for long periods of time?
Gee, I don't know. Yeah, that's it. No, I'm joking. I think for TikTok specifically, when I started, the way TikTok works is you don't need a lot of followers for a video to do well, because TikTok, the way like the algorithm works or whatever, they review every single video independent of your followers. So like they show it to like 10 people, if those 10 people like it, they show it to 100, then 1,000, 10,000, and then it keeps going. So on TikTok, I felt it was easier to grow than on other platforms just because of the way the platform works. In terms of keeping the people, so I try to not be too focused on the numbers in general. I try to not look too much at views or followers or likes because it's not something I can really control. And if I was to constantly look at views, I think it would drive me crazy, because very often I'll make a video and then it's like, in my mind, it's like the best thing I've ever done. You know, I like put so much time into it, I'm so proud of it, and then I post it and it doesn't do well. And then other videos are like literal shit posts, and then they get out of control. So I think what I've learned is that the only thing that I can trust is my like gut feeling when it comes to making videos. So if I like an idea, then I'm just gonna do it. And then however it performs, whatever. I cannot control that. And I'm honestly shocked that so many people follow me. I'm shocked that you all are here and listening to me talk. I'm shocked that this has kind of turned into my job, like doing these things, because that was never my expectation. That was never my plan when I started making videos. I just started making videos because it's something I've always liked to do. I've started editing when I was like 14 years old, and I just literally did it for fun, for my friends. And seeing them laugh was enough motivation for me to like keep making videos. And then I took that same mindset, I guess, to TikTok or my other social media. Like, I'm not making videos with the intent to grow my following or to like get views or whatever. I'm doing it because it's something I really like to do. And now I kind of have to be aware that this is my job, and I have to treat it as such, but the motivation, I try to keep it the same. Because I don't want to let it influence me too much. Yeah, sorry for rambling on, but yeah, that's kind of like how I think about it.
So I guess there's like a question for everybody then, like, do you guys believe having a niche for content is important, or are there just ways around it to build that?
Oh yeah, so, yes.
Feedback.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Sorry. Yes, I do believe So if I can give any advice to anybody here who wants to start making videos on social media and like grow a platform, it would be to don't overthink it and just do. Because as I just explained, you'll never know if a video is going to do well or not. And especially on TikTok, you don't need a big following for a video to do well. And you don't need like crazy camera tech, you don't need like the best editing software. Very often the videos that are like shittily edited or like low quality are the ones that do best on social media. Because I think, especially nowadays, what people enjoy most is authenticity. I think over time we've kind of become numb to like really polished content because we see it all the time now. And like just random like funny clips are honestly the funniest. So I think if you want to start making social media content, just post. For TikTok specifically, just start posting. Do like 10 videos that you find funny. One of them is going to do well. And then do more of that one video. Okay, just like hammer it and then see where it takes you. And then over time, you're going to develop like your own style or your own niche. And then, you know, for me, like when I started making videos in 2020, again, it wasn't with the intent of like going into anything, but by the end of 2020, I had like 40,000 followers, which is still a lot, but not to the extent where I can turn this into my job. I had a full-time job, so I was doing TikTok like as a like side gig, but it wasn't until I started making anime content. In the beginning, my videos had nothing to do with anime. And then at the end of 2020, I randomly posted like an anime related video. And then that blew up. And then I was like, okay, that's interesting. So I started doing more of that video. And then that kind of has carried me to where I am today. So don't overthink it. I think that's the biggest tip even to myself. Today, because I still overthink, and some of the videos that I never wanted to post have done the best. For example, when I did the whole like swag jutsu thing that some people might still know, where I like bite my lip and it's so stupid and I still don't get why people like it. When I made that video, I remember shooting that video, and while shooting I was already hesitant because I was like, oh my god, this is so dumb. Like not even in a good way, just like dumb. And then I was editing the video and then I sat back and I was like, I cannot post it. Like who's gonna think this is funny? And then, but I had this rule that I'm gonna do 3 videos a day. And I had already done 2 and that was my 3rd. So I was just like, all right, I'm just gonna send it and whatever. Tomorrow I'm gonna make better videos. And then I woke up and that video had like 10 million views overnight, and then over time it grew up to 50, and then people started doing it too, and people started using the sound, and it all stemmed from a video I never wanted to post. And that has taught me to like just do it. Just trust your gut instinct on ideas. If you like it, chances are high other people are gonna like it too.
Quote of the day, Nike. So, you post video editing tutorials for different special effects on your YouTube channel.
How do you know all of this?
Okay.
What's going on?
They hire me to stalk you.
Okay.
And by the way, we need to help him get verified because there is literally no articles about this man on the internet. My job was very difficult, okay? We've got to get him verified so he has some articles online. Jesus Christ.
She's gonna leak my address and everything. Right?
Well, if it makes you feel better, there's a lot of websites that think you weren't born in Germany, that you're born in America, and that your birthday is actually August.
Yeah, no, that's wrong.
Yeah, your birthday was early this month. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
It was on the 3rd.
May 3rd, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Happy birthday.
It's fine.
So do you have any advice for anyone who would want to start trying special effects to their own videos?
Sure. I'm not specifically talented at what I do. Everything I've ever learned is from YouTube tutorials, and everybody I've ever worked with learns from YouTube tutorials. It's really funny because before I did post my videos on social media, I worked in marketing and social media, and I worked for big like advertising agencies. And they have these big rooms with like VFX artists, and they all work on like really amazing like graphics and So stuff that I thought I would never be able to do. So I sit down and like with one of those editors and I look over his shoulder and he's literally just watching a random YouTube tutorial of some kid trying to explain him how to use After Effects. And I'm like, oh wow, so everybody's kind of like me. So nobody actually knows how this stuff works. So my tip is just if you want to get into video editing and like effects and stuff, just look it up online. There's literally a tutorial for anything you'll ever want to do. And just by doing tutorials, I've learned how these programs work, and by now I don't need tutorials anymore. But like, that's how I learned. And because I've done it for like, you know, over 15 years. So, I guess that's my advice. You don't need to like study, you don't need to be super talented. A lot of my friends, for example, I don't know if you guys know him. His name is Jalex.
Yeah.
He's Brazilian. He does these amazing like transition videos where he like does like a really shitty cosplay and then do like with editing he turns into like an amazing VFX video. And he also just learned everything from YouTube tutorials. So and he himself keeps saying like I'm not like specifically talented. You know, I just learned everything from like tutorials. So that's my advice.
Do you guys think he's talented? Because I think he's talented.
I think, I don't know.
I'd be sitting over there.
Right? Because my next question was, literally started, word for word, it says, you're very talented when it comes to video editing, and you have an understanding for cinematography, which is really apparent in your content and, you know, in your If I Made an Ad videos on YouTube. So, he's just so shocked that I know so much about him at this point. I'm so sorry. But do you ever think, you know, you would want to like enter in the film or TV industry at all in the future, like far future or near future, or you just want to keep focusing on what you're doing?
Probably not. I'm never gonna say never. If like the right opportunity arises for me to be like in a feature film and it doesn't take too much time away from what I like doing, I might do it. I've talked to some movie production companies who are working on live action adaptations of anime, which is always controversial. But so far I've not accepted any offers, and I don't know if I will, because I really enjoy doing what I do. I enjoy short form content, and I really enjoy the exchange with my community and the people who support me, the people who follow me. That's, I think, what I like most about what I do. And I don't think I would enjoy too much like working in like a vacuum for like months and then not have that exchange anymore. So probably not, but you know, if you see me in like a weird cameo in like the One Piece Netflix adaptation, don't be surprised.
Okay, we're done with the industry questions. Let's do fun ones now.
Oh boy.
Okay, so looking at all your content, because I had to watch a lot of it, I noticed that a lot of it surrounds shonen anime. And because you are a connoisseur of that type of anime, I wanted to know what your opinion is on Blue Lock and why you think it became an instant hit the moment it was released.
Oh, we just talked about
We
it.
did, yeah, actually.
Look at me reading minds. I'm so good at my job.
Do you want to answer the question?
You're good. I just thought it was because like FIFA played while it was the whole thing.
Yeah, exactly. I thought the timing of the release of the anime was perfect because it came out during the World Cup. And then also Japan did so well during the World Cup. So it kind of just turned into this whole like phenomenon, and I think just the anime in general is really good. So like even independent of the World Cup, it would have done great, but like the World Cup just like catapulted into like what it is now.
So like everyone was saying like Blue Lock is real, right?
Yeah, that was the thing on social media. Like everybody said it, and they started taking like the real like the goals that were scored in the World Cup and like comparing it to like the anime. They're exactly the same. Yeah, so I think that's why.
Yeah, I love that anime. It's so good. So, has there ever been a video that you tried to make that you think went a little too far, but you posted it anyway?
We kind of talked about that one too, right? I'm not sure.
We're probably gonna film one on Monday. That's I'm not gonna talk about it now. Have I ever done something that I feel like went too far? I don't think so. I don't think I ever go too far. I was a bit hesitant when I first filmed like the Sanji milk drinking thing because like, if you like, and I'm really sorry, but if you like really think about it, it's like don't think about it. But like while editing, like I was thinking about it a lot. I was like, I don't know, like is this gonna get me like finally canceled? Because I'm always thinking like I'm on the verge of like doing something that's gonna get me canceled. So I thought that was it, but people really enjoyed it, which is more a testament to how messed up everybody here in this room is. So it's actually all your guys' fault. That's how I like to think about it.
Any favorite blooper moments during filming of any of your projects?
Probably with you two. Yeah, because when I film with, like when I film, I don't really have any funny blooper moments. I should maybe post like some behind the scenes stuff, but like whenever I film, it's really straightforward, and I guess the funniest ones are when I like spray myself with water, or like I dump milk over my face, or I guess those are the most funny ones that I do myself. But like with them, it's always so funny because we like burst out laughing like in the middle of shooting, or like somebody falls or something funny happens. So with them, it's like always a lot more fun than when I film myself.
I think one of the bloopers that like is in one of your videos is when we do the dance, right?
Oh yeah.
And like I mess up and I proceed to start cursing, and you just bleep them all.
Yeah, I do consistently inconsistent every Friday. I do this Q&A video, and I've done one with them back in January, and I have this thing on my TikTok where I sometimes do this like dance, the Nyaki Chinese-san, and then we wanted to do it too, but they didn't know the dance, so I had to like quickly teach them a little. Karina nailed it.
Hey, it's hard,
But
okay?
they needed a bit more practice, and then at the end of it, we were just like, okay, let's just film it and see what happens. And then I looked at the footage, and you're literally just doing random movement. It was so funny.
So what's the secret to the ultimate swag Riz face?
I already explained. This face and the whole thing around it is so dumb, and I still don't get it. I'm not the one who came up with this. I did this face because on TikTok at the time there was this sound that taught you how to do a model face. So it was the sound of this woman and like a techno beat in the background, and it was like, oh, like to do your model face, you have to like smile, stop smiling, raise your eyebrows and bite your lip. So I did that, and I guess, maybe you guys can explain to me why it's so funny to you, like whenever I do it. Whenever somebody asks me for a picture, he's like, oh, can you maybe do the face? So I really don't get it, but I'm happy people like it, and I don't know if there's really a secret to it. I did a tutorial though on how to do it on YouTube, so if you want to learn, then you can just go on YouTube.
You did a tutorial for it?
Yeah, when it was like at the height, like at the peak of its like thing.
Someone find it right now.
I thought it would be funny to just like teach people because it's so stupid. I even put a warning, like a disclaimer, like warning it's like very drippy or whatever. And it's so stupid. I'm sorry.
Okay. So you have 2 cats, right?
Yeah, I do. I'm not surprised anymore. Yes, I do. I do have 2
Oh, I'm good. No.
Okay.
So have you ever thought about putting your cats in your videos?
They sometimes just jump into random shots while I film. They're not trained actors, so I cannot really make them. They're cats. They're not like, Does anybody have cats here?
I have 4.
Yes.
Everybody has cats. They don't really listen to what you do. They just like kind of do what they want to do. So it's not like I can really tell them, oh, can you like, run across here. And I avoid putting them in my videos because if it doesn't work, I'm like, oh, I cannot film this video anymore. Because I do plan ahead a lot, and if a shot would include my cat, I would get so like, because it's not in my control, I would get so nervous about actually being able to do the shot. I've only ever had my cats in a few videos. I think I once did, this is again very inappropriate, but I once did like a bleach video, and I was like dressed up as Ichigo, and in Bleach, there's this girl who can transform into a cat and whatever, and Ichi, and I thought it would be funny if if like Ichigo like rizzes up like the cat, thinking that's Yoriichi. And so I did that, but my cat, like you can tell in the video, she's like wiggling around. She really doesn't want to be there. And so that's like one of the only times I've ever put her in a video. I don't know. If you want to see more cat content,
Well, I always say cat videos. So how many costumes do you think is too many costumes at this point?
Oh, I'm the wrong person to ask. I have too many. I'm gonna be honest, I have too many. It's a problem. Like it actually is, I'm not even kidding, because I'm running out of space. I think by now, I haven't counted in a while, but I think it's over, I would say 170 different costumes, and that doesn't include like any props. So I have like a bunch of katanas and wigs and like just random accessories. But you also have to like remember, I can hear the shock gasps. You have to remember this is like my job now. So I've spent, it's like my excuse for it. A lot of times like companies will approach me and they will want like a specific cosplay, but yeah, no, to be honest, I have too many, and the hardest part is honestly keeping it all organized. I don't know if any of you have the problems, but like I'm just running out of space, and I keep losing stuff too, because some of the costumes have so many different parts, especially the ones for Genshin. If any of you know or play Genshin, those costumes have like 100 different like pendants and like whatever, and I keep losing them. So I think that's the most difficult part about it. But yeah, I have too many. 170 are too many. I'm gonna be honest.
Costumes. So I know you said you were gonna try and make content surrounding My Hero Academia, because the one time you did it, it backfired on you, and you were like, "I'll try again in some months." Are you gonna do that, or is the fandom too? I think the fandom's too intense.
Don't do it.
Okay, so let me clarify this before people get angry. I like My Hero Academia. I love the anime. I think it's really good. It's just that my content is a bit sus, and the one time I included some My Hero Academia characters in my video, I kind of made them kiss, and people weren't happy about it. And in the like usually, like if just a few people are angry about a video I do, I don't really mind. I think it's funny. But there, like the video did pretty well. But like the top comment was this big paragraph just explaining to me how this is not like canonically accurate, how they would never kiss, and this is like, how dare you? And
Was it Bakugo and Deku?
it was Bakugo and Deku.
They're literally shipped in the fandom, so I don't understand.
Okay, all right. I'm really sorry. And like the top comment had like 200,000 upvotes, and it's all these people agreeing with them. I was like, man, okay, if people are actually not happy like with this stuff, then I might just not do it. But since I really like the anime, I might do it again in the future. I just, who knows, maybe. Yeah.
I mean, I just find it so weird because that's literally a ship in the fandom.
Yeah, no, so that's why I did it too. That's why I did it too, because I literally went on YouTube and I typed in like Deku and Bakugo, like without like putting anything sus behind it. And the first video is like this edit of them like making out, and I was like, okay. And then like that video also has like 10 or 15 million views, and I'm like,
oh my God.
What? If this is what they want to see, hey, it like fits right into what I do. So I thought it was the perfect marriage, but we got divorced and we haven't.
It's a very intense fandom, so I understand. So one last question before we open the floor. Are there really any big differences between the anime culture that you've seen here than you see in Germany?
I think anime in general has just exploded in the past few years, like growing from something kind of niche to something very mainstream. And Germans in general are very reserved. We are very reserved people. We don't really express much. But even in Germany, I see more and more people just openly like celebrating anime. And I thought that's amazing. And then the first time I came here for my convention, I was like shocked at like how enthusiastic everybody is about this, and it was really cool to see. So I think anime here in the States has been openly celebrated for a lot longer than it has been in Germany. So that might be the difference, but Germany's slowly catching up, and people love it over there too.
Yay! We love new family. All right. So we're gonna open the floor for questions. I have a runner. She's gonna come in front of this mic right here. You're gonna practice your question to her, and then she'll let you step behind her, and you can speak it into the mic. I just properly ask appropriate question. I mean, it's a sussy like panel, so we can probably do it more here. But no marriage proposals, please. Let's keep it not too personal. You know, let's keep it, you know.
Is that a thing?
You know, yes, it's a thing. I have to make this announcement every panel I do.
Okay.
Okay. It's a thing.
Okay.
So y'all can start lining up behind my lovely queen right there.
Oh boy, it's all gonna be milk related, isn't it?
All right, go ahead.
Hello.
What is your favorite con moment that you have?
What's my favorite what?
Con moment.
Con moment. Oh, tough. I think, I don't know if I have I don't know if I have a favorite one. I think in general, I just really love meeting people, and it's always really nice to talk to people who enjoy my content, seeing how happy it makes them to like see me or like meet me. I think that's always that's like the reason I'm doing all of this. So that in general is I think my main motivation for coming here. A calm moment that has stood out to me is probably when this girl came up to me and she was like, can you sign my arm? I was like, okay, sure. Then she looked at me with a straight face and told me, I'm gonna get it tattooed. I was like, are you sure about this? And she was like, yeah, I'm totally sure about this. I was like, okay, I told her not to do it, but if she wants to do it, then tag me. And then a few days later, she did it. So that's probably the most memorable one. Yeah. You have a gift for us, guys? Oh, it's so sweet. Thank you so much. It's candy. We're gonna watch a movie after this, so this is perfect. Thank you so much. That's really sweet of you. Thank you very much.
Oh, I get one. Thank you. I don't get things.
Sina gets one too. Let's go.
So sweet. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. It's very sweet of you.
How did you start making content with your neighbor?
Oh, okay, so in a few of my videos, he's actually my neighbor, and he has appeared a lot lately. It all started because he was actually watching me from over the fence. So if you see my videos, it's like you can see there's people living around me. The garden is open. There's like 4 families living around us, and there are 2 more houses being built to our right. So there's a big audience watching me when I'm twerking in my garden. And he obviously knew me as Chris, but he also knew of my account. And he would always like peek over the fence and like watch me film. And I was always really embarrassed because, you know, I'm in like short skirts in my garden and like doing very weird things, and he would always watch me, and he always asked me if he could be in any of my videos. And I just thought it was a bit inappropriate for him to be in them, and so I always told him, sure, yeah, maybe if I can come up with any funny ideas. But people kept asking me in the comments, what do your neighbors think about your videos? Because they can see all the houses. And so I thought it would be funny to do a video where I actually show their reaction, like to show what I always see, which is them watching me from over the fence. That's how it started, and then ever since he's kind of grown into like becoming like a bigger part, I guess, of my videos. And he always has fun with it. He loves it. He always comes to me with new ideas. And as long as he has fun appearing in my videos, I'm happy to have him. But so far, he really likes it. So yeah, that's how it started. Thank you.
good afternoon, Chris.
Good afternoon.
Karina, Jose. We're glad to have you here at momocon this year. My question is for you, Chris. Who provides your milk in your
Who
provides your milk in your Sandy video?
Okay, well,
Because that's the answer I want to know right here, right now.
when you walked up to the mic, that's why I started giggling. I knew this was gonna be about milk. Who provides it?
Yes.
I cannot legally give away my source.
Aw, man, you're no fun.
But if you would like to acquire some, talk to me after the panel.
Sounds like a deal to me.
Excuse me?
It sounds like a deal to me.
Sounds like a good deal to me too. Actually, okay, I don't want to get people too excited and hyped, but I am talking to some people, trying to actually turn this into like a product. So I just said don't get too hyped because this is like in the early stages, but you might in the near future. Because I've been thinking about doing merch for a while, but I feel like if I ever sell something, I want it to be like, not just like generic. I want it to be like something like that's like, you know, fitting to what I do. So in the near future, you might be able to acquire some actual milk. So, but the details have to get ironed out, and I think it's technically illegal to sell
produce?
actual beer. I don't know, I might get in trouble for this, but yeah, I'm working on it.
Logan and KSI did Prime.
But that's not milk. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna figure it out. Okay, I'm gonna figure it out. Leave it up to me.
Chris, my favorite text message I've ever gotten from you was asking where we can find some cows.
Oh yeah. Okay. So, no.
Find some cows in your golden, Chris.
No. That was for a video. That was for a video. That wasn't for like personal use. I have to clarify. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time to answer my question, Chris. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you. Hello.
Hey Chris, how's it going?
Good.
My question is, whose milk is the worst you've
Oh.
ever had?
We're gonna have some serious lactose intolerance.
The worst. No, I can answer this. The worst milk I've ever tasted was Big Mom's. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah. I did like a little tier, like ranking thing, and I'm sorry, it was just F tier. I couldn't get past it. It was just F tier. So I'm really sorry. That's the worst. Hello.
Where'd you get Sasuke's milk?
This is hilarious.
Straight from the source, young man. I'm kidding, of course. It's no comment. Legally, no comment.
And why didn't you bring your neighbor here?
My neighbor, well, he lives in Germany, and he is 11, and it would be kind of. I've been thinking about taking him to some conventions, maybe in Germany. Just like flying him over would be a little too much, I guess, for his young age. But in the future, maybe, he's open to it. So, but I think if it happens, it will be in Germany first and see how he deals with, because he gets recognized too. I don't want to put him in a position where it ever gets too much for him or he's uncomfortable with it. So we're gonna take it slow, and then if he's interested in doing so, then maybe we can do some smaller conventions in Germany first. Thank you. I love your cosplay, by the way. It's really cool.
What would you do if you saw a random man twerking?
What would I do when I saw who twerking?
Twerking.
Random man.
A random
Man twerking?
When I see a random man twerking, what would I do? Join. I mean, I think by now I've kind of perfected the art of twerking, and I would definitely join. Yeah.
Me and my friend take a photo with you after.
Do you want to take a photo after?
Yeah.
Sure, of course. Yeah, I'll be here. Also, for anybody who wants like a picture with me or whatever, I'm gonna stay like a little longer here to like get to everybody.
So there was like this
video that you posted about body pillows.
Oh boy.
I was wondering if you bought any more.
I was looking for, like, me and Jose and Karina, we were walking around the convention earlier today. I was searching for a body pillow, like, store.
Like nonstop.
There's like 2.
Are there any?
There's 2.
There's
I
2.
saw them because I walked the entire floor today.
Are you sure?
It's
You
near
got
the
one?
autograph.
Did you actually?
yeah.
Can you show me?
It's on the end.
No, that's perfect. That's what.
Oh, no! Oh, so they are here then.
So they are here.
Yeah, they're here.
Wait, what was the question? I'm sorry.
Did you buy any more body pillows?
Oh,
And which one specifically?
so the video I did was in Brazil, and they have this like really inappropriate store, and I only ever got, because I had to fly home, I only got one. But if I can find some cases in the size I have, I might buy some more. Currently, I only have the Sasuke one. I am looking for a Nami, a Robin, a Gojo, a Kakashi.
Oh, there's a Gojo one here. I saw one. There's a Gojo one.
Levi, you know, Howl from Howl's Moving Castle. I'm looking, who else? Nanami. I'm looking for, yeah, I'm looking for a lot. So, yeah, I hope that answers your question. Yeah. Well, can you tell me what the story is?
So you know what the games are, right?
I know where
Like
what is.
all the games are?
Yeah, the arcade.
Yeah, so just like go past it.
Okay.
It's split into 3 sectors. So there'll be the console games, and then there's like the VR games,
Yes.
and then past that is where all the stores are.
Yes.
And it's in the back.
Yeah, it's in the back.
All the way in the back near the restroom.
Which near the restroom in the back.
Yeah.
So I have to walk across the hall near the restrooms.
Yeah.
That's what they said it. Because
They're always in the back here. Like you gotta go to the back. Or there's some, like if you go towards autographs, there's like a
well, you know where to
space
find me later. Yeah, thank you very much. Okay, next question.
Hi, Chris,
Hi.
Jose, and Karina. You guys are making like great videos, and I just wanted to see if there will be any more collaborations with y'all. And if there is, I do have a recommendation. It's with Guy Sensei and cooking with Sanji in a sense.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I have seen like those floating around. We're like, oh, can Guy Sensei and Lee join Cooking with Sanji?
So to answer your question, yes. I think we just posted, whenever I do like a Q&A video, I always post a story on my YouTube or TikTok where people can submit questions. I just did that because we're gonna film on Monday. So Monday we're gonna film again. We're gonna do a bunch of videos probably. And the cooking one, we'll try. It's just that we don't have a kitchen here. We usually do it in the kitchen, but we can maybe figure something out. Yeah.
Okay.
But thank you very much.
Thank you. And yeah.
Honestly, yeah, they let you go back there.
Hello, I wanted to get this answer since it has not been answered in your Q&A yet. What are your 3 favorite Naruto characters?
My 3 favorite Naruto characters. So Naruto is my favorite anime because I grew up with it and it was my first. And you never forget your first, is what they say. So my favorite characters are Rock Lee is my favorite. I really like Shikamaru, and I really like Itachi. So those 3.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
You're very welcome.
How you guys doing today?
Hey, what's up?
So further down the line, as y'all get deeper in your content, would you be doing a cinematic universe at any point?
Somewhat?
A cinematic universe, kind of like Marvel, DC.
A cinematic universe? I don't... How... Okay, maybe.
Like ACU?
kingchris universe? Yeah, I mean... I would try. It sounds really complicated to set up, but I will try my best. Yeah, I do try to like, in terms of like setting up like a cinematic universe. I always try to collaborate with other people. So maybe in that way I could appear in like more videos that like aren't related to me. But I'll try. I'll try.
Alright, boy, I'm expecting a brown Bakugo and kingchris Civil War soon, so.
Thank you.
Oh, the baby.
Do you actually ship Bakudeku, or was that just for the bit?
That was just for the bit.
No.
I do.
Disappointment in
Oh no. Oh no, I do.
That's how I know the video should have did fine.
I do. So much. So much.
Hey, sorry. Sit. This question was for Jose. I was wondering how you chucked yourself down a hill in one of your videos.
You were falling for so long.
Oh no! I remember I came back with neck pain that day. Well, Karina pushed me. That's where the momentum came from. There was real force in that push. No, it took a couple takes. That's why, like, I feel you can clearly see the fall is like different edits of different falls. So I had to keep doing it, just hoping it was like the right amount of like stupid fall. Cause like when you don't really roll like that when you fall off of a chair. So it's just me flailing my body and throwing the chair with it. So yeah, like you'll see like in one I'm falling, and then in the other one like the chair flies over me, and then another one like I don't know. It's just a bunch of different edits of me falling, but it's always really fun to do it. No.
That's a cute dog.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yes. Hi.
So you're from Germany, and I'm assuming German's your native language. So you're bilingual. So how did you learn English? Like, what did you do to like learn it and practice it and become as fluent as you are now?
Well, thank you. My mom's American, so she spoke a lot of English to us when we were younger, especially when she was angry with us. And because I was a naughty child, she spoke a lot of English to us. So that's, I think, how I learned. Most people in Germany speak pretty good English, I think, because we get it, like, it's being taught in school. And I also kind of grew up on the internet, and English is kind of the language of the internet, so I think that's how it happened. I used to be very like self-conscious about my English, or just like speaking, because I was always, that's why there are still subtitles in my videos, because I'm always thinking people are not going to understand what I say. But I appreciate that you think that my English is good. Thank you.
Of course.
Okay.
So you have a lot of videos where you're getting splashed with water while in cosplay. To me, it's always like, it kind of makes me cringe inside a little, because it's like something that as you put a lot of effort into. Have you ever ruined any of your cosplays?
Oh yeah, my Naruto outfit still smells like milk. And I cannot, I'm ordering a new one. I just cannot get the smell out of it. It's disgusting, I know. For the water, I usually do those water splashing videos like in the summer. So like, and when it's really hot outside, it just dries over time. So it's not, and also I don't do any makeup usually. If I would do makeup with my videos, it would be a lot more work. But since I keep it kind of simple, it's actually okay.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi.
Hi.
So I know you do like the cat dance. You've done that. Would you do any other dances, like hip hop ones?
I am a horrible dancer. I always cringe when I see myself dance. Yes, I have tried a few other dances. None of them really stuck as much as the cat dance. But I'm always open to doing more dances. It's just that I don't think I'm like really good at it. So whenever I do it, it's kind of like the shitty version of it. I've done like the Cupid dance since. I did the little like Dio 1-2 buckle my shoe. Like that's like kind of the limit. That's kind of the limit of my dance like performances. But I'll try to do more.
Thank you.
Do you have any dances you can recommend to me?
You said you did Cupid.
Yeah. That was the only one.
You can do the wobble.
The wobble?
Yeah. Oh, you're not from Atlanta. The wobble. I'm a dancer. I'll let you know.
The wop?
I'm a dancer too.
The wop? I can teach you the wop. That's kind of advanced though. Gritty? I'm teaching the gritty.
The gritty?
Oh, let's start with the wobble. Wobble's pretty simple.
I can teach you the stanky leg.
We can do that one. We can do the motor car.
Sounds inappropriate.
No, it's a real thing.
Oh, yeah.
Do this thing.
For a K-pop dance? You
A
could
K-pop dance. Yeah, I might do it. I
You
might
could
do
do
it.
What is Love? I feel like you do good with that.
It's a K-pop dance?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's by Twice.
Okay, alright, I like it.
If you'd like, I can teach you.
That seems right on brand. Alright, thank you very much for the suggestion.
Hi.
Hello.
This is a question for all three of you.
Okay.
I love your videos so much. Who's your favorite Hashira and like why?
Who wants to go first?
Hashira.
From Demon Slayer.
Yeah.
Mine is Rengoku.
Rengoku.
Yeah, I think he's a lot of people's favorite. But he's also been like featured so much and played such a big role. I think it's easy to like love him.
I feel like what's my Mitsuri? I feel like I have a favorite. I don't really know Mitsuri. No, I don't. No, I think it is Tengen though. I do like Tengen a lot.
I love a flashy Hashira.
Yeah, Flashy Hashira, the whole entertainment district arc. He was so fun.
Oh yeah. Huh? Having 3 wives.
Yeah, oh, yeah, having 3 wives. Yeah. Gotta.
I was also gonna say Tengen just because you know.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, thank you so much.
No problem.
Hey y'all.
Hi.
First off, I'm glad I can say this to you, Chris, because I've been watching your videos for a while. Your Sussy Face video has single-handedly influenced 3 years worth of my music students. Every year they make the face and they're like, hey, and I look and they're doing that with the sheets. 3 years, so yeah, that's crazy.
Well, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I love it. I wanted to ask, I guess for all of y'all, what's the thought process or like the brainstorming process when y'all come up with original ideas for videos? Like the milk thing, like it came out of nowhere, and I was like, this is hilarious. So what's like the thought process for all those?
I wish I had a process where I knew like how to come up with ideas, because as I explained earlier, it's so difficult. It's, I think, the hardest part about making videos in general. I think I consume as much content as I can, and then like on social media, and then I also like to watch TV shows and movies, and I think I get a lot of inspiration there. But it's really tough because I don't want to like keep repeating myself, and I don't want to take like other people's ideas. So like coming up with like your own original stuff is really, really hard. And I guess it's always easiest for me if I can bounce ideas off of somebody, which doesn't happen a lot because usually I just work by myself. But like when I'm with people like them, I can like bounce ideas off of them, they shoot something back, and then like a funny idea will come out of it. So most of them happen pretty spontaneous. I would say that I'm in a constant state of writer's block, and like the best ideas sometimes just come when I'm on the toilet or in the shower. So yeah.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Yeah, that's yours too.
The thinking chamber. Yeah. That's, no, right, because I think it's safe to say, right? Because I feel like a lot of times I come out of the shower and then I'm like, I have an idea. Yeah, I feel like like in those places where you least expect to come up with an idea, that's where it comes. And like you said, like you talk about it. I talk a lot about my ideas with Karina, and then like it starts off as a concept, and then we like grow it. Like one of them was like Rock Lee develops like the Riz jutsu or something like that, and then I told her like, what if like Lee made the Riz face, and then like it blew Guy Sensei back, and he just falls off his wheelchair and everything like that. And then like Karina said, like, what if you call it like the 9th gate of Riz? And I was like, oh, that's right. Like the 9th, there's like a gate behind that, and it's like the 9th gate of Riz. Lee, I don't know about that. And then it just happened, and then it just turns into this whole thing. But it all starts in one shower, and then you're good.
Yeah, I mean they come like very well. I struggle with coming up with ideas, so like if it ever comes to me, it'd be like just the concept, and I'll be like to you, and I'll be like, so what do you think of this? What can I do? And then we'll just go out from there. So I guess like the whole like bouncing back situation, like Chris said, is a little easier than just dealing with it by myself, because it's tough.
Yeah, and you keep questioning yourself too. Like whenever I have an idea, I kind of pick it apart in my head, which goes against what I explained earlier, which is do it. Like just do the idea that you have. Yeah. But it's tough. It's tough to get over that and just like trust the process kind of. So.
And some of it comes in shooting too. Like when we did that Q&A, and like we were supposed to do the race, and like we didn't really plan out how the race was gonna go, but then we saw the steps that were right there next to it, and then we're just like, okay, let's do this race. It's getting all epic, and then Kakashi goes, and I'm out. Yeah, I stop in the steps, and he runs up. I will avenge you guys, Sensei. Yeah, whatever. I'm just over. So yeah, but that happened just because we were shooting, and we're like, oh, let's use these steps, and that wasn't part of the plan. So works out.
Thank y'all.
And I'm out. That's my
So we have time for one more question.
Chris, where did you get your cosplay from?
Where did I get it from?
I was just kidding.
And send me the link.
Separate times, and when I saw y'all videos, y'all collaborating, I was like, okay, they got something. So I work a third shift job, so in the middle of the night, I'm bored. Y'all are always there to keep me awake and keep me in a good mood. So I just want to say thank you.
That's really nice of you. Thank you very much.
Wow. Thank you. Oh, thank you.
Thank you. It's very sweet.
Hello, my name's Elijah.
Hi.
I actually wanted to ask a very curious question.
Mm-hmm.
What the heck where did you come up with the idea of making the milk?
He's asking how did I come up with the milk idea. I apologize, and I don't. Okay, so the whole like mommy milkers thing has always been a thing. It's not like my fault, you know. It's always been like a thing on like the internet and whatever. So that's where I got it from. I thought it would be funny to like actually like because Sanji's a cook and he's like really down bad, and I thought those two things going together. And I've always thought these I used to watch a lot of like Gordon Ramsay, and I thought like mixing those two things together would be really funny, and that's what unfortunately came out of it. So yeah, that's what happened.
Do please.
And this is our last question.
Hi, I'm Rebecca. Thank y'all for coming to MomoCon. This has been awesome. So obviously this is what y'all do now, but what did you guys do before you were social media influencers?
Should I go first? After high school, I studied film because editing and film has always been like something I've really been interested in, and I just thought because I didn't really know what to do after high school, I should just follow my passion. And so I studied film. I got my degree in directing, and then with that degree, I didn't really know what to do. So I went, because I didn't want to work on like bigger feature film or short film projects, because those can take up to like 6 months to a year. I was always more interested in short form content, or just shorter stuff. So I went into marketing and advertising. And then I've worked different jobs for different companies that have nothing to do with what I currently do. I worked for a high-end skincare company doing like the social media. I've worked for an online pet product website that like sells like dog food and cat food. I've done their social media or marketing videos. I've done a lot of different things, but they always had to do with video. And I guess that's like the common denominator. But yeah, when I first started making videos, I still had my full-time job. And 1.5 years into making videos on TikTok, I still kept my full-time job because I didn't want to leave like a safe income for something that's kind of up in the air, if that makes sense. But then, once my social media stuff generated more income than my full-time job did, I was like, okay, I might as well just give this a shot. Because I know where my full-time job leads. I know that at some point it does become a dead end. But the social media thing, it's, the possibility, oh my God. The possibilities are almost endless. And thankfully I have parents that are very supportive, and as soon as they saw the money coming in, I guess they did, or like, okay, all right, whatever. But that's how it started. Yeah. What about you?
So you said that the money coming in, that's like when like your parents would be like, oh, he's going to work. But before they're just like, what is he doing? Why is he putting on those wigs? Yeah, I guess for me, school-wise, I had studied film too, but like Chris said, and with film, and like in that medium, there's no consistency, at least until you reach kind of that point of consistency. And but other than that, like job-wise for me, because of my disability and everything, I would live off of SSI, but like trying to get into like that business with no stability, it's like hard to balance that, because like basically with SSI, if you start working a job, they start to take away from that SSI. So it's a weird system. It's a little, it's not, that's a whole different thing. But it's kind of hard to get jobs because then they take away from you. So it's like you're trying to find that thing. But I guess what I was trying to do was like wheelchair tennis at that time, because like that's when, I had played wheelchair tennis for a while, and I was really trying to make the Paralympic like level and all that stuff. So, and for a while it was going, and then a little app called TikTok came out and I just stopped. Like, it was really fun, but like I think I found my passion with that, because I always liked making videos, and then that was like, you know, like a fun place to be in. Loved anime, and then like Chris said, like once some kind of feeling of like consistency came in, or like, hey, there might be a path here, that's when I was like, sorry coach, you know, this is taking too much time out of that, so I decided to go this way. And it's I think for me it was the better decision, you know, and it's a lot more lazy, like it's a lot better for me in general. There's a lot of training for that stuff, so yeah.
I currently have 2 part-time jobs and I go to school, but when I used to do the content that I don't do right now, there'd be like very like random videos where I'd just be like screaming. If you know, you know, if not, then it's fine. But like, growing up, I always really liked shooting videos, but I just never had the time to like. A lot of self-doubt is a thing for me. So thankfully, when he started doing videos, like, you know, I would support, and then like I told him like, oh, I want to start doing skits, and then like he helps me out a lot, and then what's it called? It just went out from there. I do hope that one day I could leave those 2 jobs and, you know, go on from there, because it is a really fun space to shoot content and put it out there, especially like when you have people like they're willing to like, you know, talk to you, have fun, and like, you know, so it's very rewarding. So yeah.
Thank you guys. Y'all are wonderful.
All right, well, let's give a nice and a round of applause for King Chris for coming today. I believe he has a table for autographs and stuff, so y'all can definitely go visit him whenever he's down there. And we all thank you guys for coming, and I hope you all have a great con.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much to everybody coming out. Thank you for all the support. You've not only shown me, but these other 2 next to me. It means a lot. It means everything. It's the reason we make videos. So thank you very much, and enjoy your convention. Thank you. Oh, and if you want to take any pictures with, I guess, me, and if you want to take pictures with them too, I'm just gonna. Is it okay to like do it outside?
I feel like if you go to like a open area, you can do it. You just don't want to do it like in the middle of the hallway.
I got a plan.
Okay, Tina has a plan. So just we'll follow her.